This season of the Urban Conservative Podcast is brought to you by Newton for Senate, working to improve education, reduce taxes, and keep North Carolina #1 for business. Find out more at newtonforsenate.com. This episode of the Urban Conservative has also been sponsored by Case Technology Consulting. Help your business get value out of its data and become more efficient and streamlined. Case Technology Consulting. Check out the link in the description. Episode of Top of the Morning is brought to you by Edward Jones financial advisor Kelly Harmon, providing you with well-researched guidance backed by Edward Jones' extensive team and technology that help you prepare for retirement, children's education, or other financial goals. Call 252-473-1006 or visit the link on the screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, hope everyone is well. Top of the morning to you. You know what time it is. It's time for Top of the Morning, best 30-minute morning show on the internet. Of course, you're rocking out with the TUC twins. I'm Raheem Architect Soto, of course, joined by my twin brother from the same mother. Ain't no other. The underweight lover.
Oh,
I had to hit you with some bars, some 84 bars real quick. But yeah, folks, top of the morning. What's good, bro?
Everything good. Top of the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for rocking with us each and every Monday through Friday right here for Top of the Morning. If you haven't done so already, we need you to go over to tuconservative.com. There you can support our mission of exposing the BS and sharing conservative values and principles and the benefits of conservative policies to urban communities across this great and wonderful nation of ours. Again, that website, tuconservative.com, or you can show us some love on Cash App, $TUConservative. Hey, man, I got to tell you, bro. So I was in the supermarket yesterday. I think I told you I was running to the supermarket and I had to grab a couple of things. And one of the things that I grabbed was some Bustelo. And I gotta tell you something, man. I don't know what they've been putting in this Bustelo, bro. But I am ready to jump out this daggone chair.
Yo,
if
the
it wasn't cold and rainy,
bro.
Whoa, son, I need to put 2 less scoops in that pot. Oh my gosh. Whoa.
Yo, shouts out to our brother, the real Brian Glaze Gibbs. Good morning, good brother. Hope all is well. God bless you, good brother. Appreciate the comment on the check. And yeah, we're gonna stay here doing the thing until we can't no more, you know. And thankfully we get good support from the people, so we appreciate it. So y'all see the title for today's show, the top reasons to not vote for Democrats. Now, there might be some blatantly obvious reasons why, but then there's some not so apparent reasons, and then I think there are our own, right? I think our own reasons, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you like this, right? I think maybe the biggest one for me is the crime.
Before you do that, let me ask you a question. Were you ever registered as a Democrat?
I don't think so. I don't think I was. I really don't think I was.
I voted. I think I voted for a Democrat. I think I voted Democrat before, but I was never. I
definitely did.
As
I'm not even going to act like I didn't do that, but I can't recall. Maybe, like, I want to say maybe. Okay, I'll even do you one better. Probably, probably.
Okay. Probably is fair. Probably is fair.
I don't.
I got accused of that. I got accused of that. He's a Democrat. He's a registered. For the record, I've never been a registered Democrat. Thank God I've never been. Now, that's not to say I wasn't a lefty in my brain. That wasn't to say I had some pretty retarded left-leaning ideas.
Well, listen.
Because the man, the white man is trying to hold us down. But we actually had a sentence. Me and you actually started a sentence like that at one point. Yo,
These
son, you know if
crackers.
it wasn't for these crackers trying to hold us down, right?
Yo.
Yo, you know if it wasn't for these white devils trying to hold us down, right?
Yo. You can't do that.
I actually started a sentence that way.
Yo, you can never, ever, ever vote. Like, it doesn't make, all right. So y'all can't tell us we haven't been there, right? We've actually been there. So a lot of the times when we say from chaos to conservatism, this is what made me laugh. Like, see, since you tabled it, when you ran and they started that nonsense, I was like, y'all must not watch our show. Yo, those who think you're using anything against us, y'all clearly don't watch this show. Y'all clearly don't realize that where we know we are on the scale of things. How aware of where we are in reality. Like, so, okay.
Well, and I only bring that up to start the conversation of why not to support Democrats, because I want to be clear. We're not coming from a framework of we don't like Democrats just because they're Democrats. No, there is.
But that's 99%. There's a not to cut you off, but there's a lot of people who are doing that right now. There are a lot of people
just don't like Democrats because they're Democrats.
and I think that's an unfair thing to do because it creates a certain level of divisiveness that's not productive. But anyway, go ahead.
Because all Democrats are not evil. I will say that right now. All Democrats are not Nancy Pelosi. All Democrats are not Chuck Schumer. Just like all Republicans aren't Donald Trump, and all Republicans aren't George Santos, and all Republicans aren't this or that. I think what has to happen when we frame this conversation of why we don't support Democrats is going to be backed up by some information. What we're saying is there's a viable way to go about arriving at this disposition, and you can do that with facts. So the first thing you said, the reason you wouldn't support Democrats is because of crime. Now, fact of the matter is, you look at the major cities in the United States. Is that where you went? Is that the first thing you went to?
Why not be the first thing? Why not be the first thing? Why not just go right for it?
In the immortal words of Biggie Smalls.
Y'all remember Betelgeuse, right? So a new report shows, right? Democrat policies in cities and countries are responsible for rising crime rates in their otherwise red states. That statement should tell you all you need to know, but we're going to keep reading. The Heritage Foundation today, which is not today, but a 19-page report titled The Blue City Murder Problem that includes an analysis on crime data. Okay. So, I mean, the fact of the matter is that let's see, because I want the list of this. Oh,
no.
Look what we get right here. Look at this here. So let's look at this study real fast. This is why you shouldn't vote Democrat. The left claims that America has a red state murder problem, is misleading, deflects from the progressive, soft on crime policies that have wreaked havoc. That's fair because you look at New York and the bail laws and all this, the bail reform is crazy. New analysis of crime data shows that high crime counties are governed largely by Democrats, driving up the crime rates in otherwise red states. Lowering America's rising crime rates requires that localities, remember we tell you how important local is, repudiate their pro-criminal, anti-victim policies that contribute to lawlessness in blue counties. So the study's available, the information is available here, and the red state murder herring. So this is going to be an interesting read, right? But let's look at this. As of June 2022, right? This is last year's data. Okay.
Now, but as I look at that list, right? As I look at that list of top cities there, New Orleans has a Democrat mayor, no?
I believe so.
Baltimore has a Democrat mayor, no?
I believe you're correct.
Atlanta certainly has a Democrat mayor.
Chicago.
And I mean, when I say mayor, I mean predominantly Democrat ran cities these are. That's not up for debate.
Wait, what?
Right, and this is the sentence. You already saw it. So if you're
no,
only listening,
look what Brother Ari said.
I know. That's what I was about to say. If you're only listening,
shoot.
then you don't see what the Brother Ari Case just posted. Put it back up there. If you're only listening, because we have an audience of people that just listen, and the statement from Brother Ari is, I saw a Simpsons episode where Sideshow Bob, who wanted to murder Bart, was getting arrested. He said, "It's okay. Democrats are in charge, and I'll be back on the streets with my criminal buddies." This was in '94. Yikes. So what are you saying by bringing this data up, by highlighting this data? What are we getting at here on this particular?
So here's what I'm essentially getting at, right? And point number one for me, which is really, like I said, this whole crime issue. The fact of the matter is this: if I was to join those of you who are in the melanated clique, right? If I was to join your crew, if I was to join your label system and jump in with you and say we're all one people, because to me we're all one because we're Americans. I don't get into the skin color thing, but let's just say I did, right? And let's just say I subscribe to the idea that my skin color is tied to my identity, right? And I feel the way you feel because I'm black, X, inter, whatever, because I'm melanated, whatever comes after that, right? Let's say I share in that disposition with you. If I did, it would be an insult to vote Democrat. It would be an insult. It would be self-defeating to any agenda that would be about uplifting people who look like me. If I subscribed wholly to that paradigm, which I don't, right? I don't, because it's the way science works and the way things, because of what I understand as it relates to race being a social construct and not having an inherent biological meaning, I'm stuck with, I have to now, it's almost, I'll just give you this quick thing. The same way us conservatives complain about the pronouns and not wanting to call somebody he, she, or their, you don't want to. Yeah. So the same phenomena is the same way I feel about this whole black thing. You want me to play along? You want me to play along with you? I'll play along with you, but the science tells me something different.
Yo, so check this out. I don't know if you can hear this, but I'm sharing my screen with you. Just because you said you shared that sentiment, it made me think about this. This is something I watched last night, bro. Listen to what this guy says. Tell me if this is what you're saying.
I'd like to live in a tree-lined street. I'd like to have a summer home on the lake. I'd like to have a yacht and belong to a North Shore Yacht Club. I like to wear suits from Brooks Brothers. All Americans, and I am an American, we think this way. There's no other way to think. I can't think African. I can't think Irish. I can't think Norwegian. I have to think in the society in which I live, which is a white society. So their values are imposed on me, and I think this kind of way. I don't think of myself as being a Negro. Never until recently have I really been concerned that I am a Negro. I thought all the while that I was an American.
Yo. So that's from a film in 1964 called Still a Brother, The Untold Story of the Black Middle Class. And I think that goes to what you were just saying. He's like, yo, and that's in the 60s. He said, I know.
You don't know you out of touch with your black side, brother. You don't understand the struggle. Boy, wait, hold on. They buying Brooks Brothers suits and yachts over there, and they just saying go to church on Sunday, get a high school diploma, what was being ascribed to be white culture, right? What you're calling white culture. Hey,
yo, bro, I watched that documentary education.
Like, what are we talking about?
I wanted to see, and this is what your point was. It's like, yo, that's a Democrat thing. If you're not struggling, if you don't believe you're oppressed, if you don't think that that you are somehow a victim, you're not quite black enough.
Right, and here's the proof in that pudding, right? The proof in that pudding. So if you type in, right, if you go to a Google window, right? Hold on, let me do it again right here. I'm gonna do it again right here. So hold on. Okay.
And I think the distinction that's made is because when people say, "Oh, I vote for Democrats because they want criminal justice reform or they want criminal justice reforms. I know Craig Scott personally, the brother that got out of jail. 27 years. He was facing 50-something years. He did 20-something as a first-time nonviolent offender. And the First Step Act we're going to have him on the show, bro. But that's what we're told. That type of criminal justice reform ain't the same thing as you threw a brick at somebody's face on Monday, you're out on Monday night. That's not the same. You're out on Monday night with no bail. That's a wholly different thing. And that's what we're seeing in some of these urban centers. And what's happening is it's not making the people safe. When we talk about the Democrat crime policies, this is not keeping people safe. It just sounds good under the guise of we're the party of criminal justice reform. Yeah, you want criminal justice reform, not victim justice reform, which I think is far more important. But what were you pulling up in regards to this?
Hold on one second. Okay.
I just got a text message from somebody listening, and they said Democrats are only tough on crime when it happens to them.
Okay.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Hold on, I got you. It's pulling up. There you go. All right, here we go. Pull that tab up for me. There you go. All right, there we go. So let's not
Democrat Socialist of America.
Let's not even play games with this, right? Let's not even act like this ain't a thing. All right.
Hold on.
Let's not act like this isn't a thing. These people are pro-Hamas, right?
The Democrat Socialist of America is the largest socialist organization in the United States. We are a political... Yes, nah. Yeah, that's not cool at all. Yeah, that's definitely not cool at all. And so apparently this far left wing of the Democrat Party is attacking the regular Democrats. Bernie Sanders, yeah. So what's the point of bringing this up?
So this is all right. So
socialism in our lifetime. What?
So, yeah, hold on. All right, can you see this tab?
Yeah, make it big. Make it big. Yeah, there you go. Megan Hunt, Nebraska. List of Democratic Socialists in public office?
Let's get to this right now.
Rashida Tlaib, Alexandria Cortez, Cori Bush, and Greg Kasar. Okay. I wouldn't have got that coming out of Texas, but all right. And these are former members: John Conyers, Ron Delliams. I don't know who David Bonoy is. Major Owens. I don't know who David Bonwar. Who is David Bonwar?
Jamal Bowman is in New York. He's still here.
Shree, okay. You got
now. Look who's in the member? Look who's in the upper houses.
Yeah, and these are state senators, right?
That are all from this one group.
Yeah, that's scary, bro. That's scary.
And look how many New Yorks there. Look at it. Yo, New York. New York.
So what does bringing this up have to do with not supporting Democrats?
Okay,
what are you getting at by showing this?
So how in the world, right? In a country that you should be getting a basic education. We fought against this socialist ideology in a world war. Like there's a world war. Some people were really trying to push this narrative. So I bring that up to say because crime in the streets, the Antifa movement, the Black Lives Matter movement, all of these are equivalent to what some people may know or not know about called the brown shirts in Nazi Germany, and I'm not doing the whole equate them to Hitler thing. I'm saying they're doing that already. They're taking the German design. Go back to the page. Look at the Democratic Socialists of America. They liken themselves to Democratic Socialists.
Right.
You know, what do you want me to do? I'm not drawing conclusions here. So what I was saying was that it is offensive if I share the paradigm that we are connected because we both have skin surface melanin, thus connecting us to some identity, right? If I share that with you, I'm offended by the notion of a democratic socialist. I'm offended by the notion that I have to be a victim.
Right. So I think you're on one end, because we're at the 21-minute mark and we haven't even talked about education. We haven't talked about immigration as reasons to not. Let's do this. Let's take a real quick commercial break.
Why? We had 21 minutes. Don't even.
So I could go get my coffee refreshed, bro. That's the reason I wanted to take
go get your coffee refreshed, and let's pull up these stats on the education thing. We'll be right back. We'll take 30 seconds. Here we go. Or not even. Go.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com. Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here you go. You're doing the break.
We're back. Top of the morning. We're talking about some reasons to not vote for Democrats. Now, some of y'all may say this is real obvious.
Yes, hold on. Yes, it's this weather outside right now, just for the record. Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah. No. It's that weather outside in Charlotte
becoming
today.
This. Yeah.
No. I'm going to be busting out the furry-sided caps here and all that soon, bro, because we in the farties out there, it look like. So,
yikes.
Yo, I got to say this, though, bro, in relation to not supporting Democrats, one of the issues that we talked about, and I'm saying this because we're talking about immigration is to me, one of the biggest things is immigration. And it has to do with the fact that, one, you look at places like Chicago where people in struggling communities are being displaced, and look at New York where they're displacing veterans for illegal aliens. One, and then there's this argument that illegals just want asylum. You got to say it. I can't say it the way you
do. No, I'm not. Come on, son. I wasn't ready.
You got to say it. You got to say it. You got to say it. You got to say it.
I gotta get in. I gotta get in. Karen-y, lib homegirl. Like, leave them. They just want asylum. They're just here to get asylum. You know, they're people. They want asylum.
So here you have in front of you, for those of you who are making the argument, this is a table that organizes nationwide convictions of criminal non-citizens by type of criminal conduct. Because some criminal non-citizens may be convicted of multiple criminal offenses, total convictions below exceed the total arrests noted in the table above. So what you got is, you'll see an arrest table and you're like, oh, well, we can't trust the stats because the arrest table don't match the conviction table. Well, they just explained that to you. But in 2017, I don't know why this is, okay? Look at the number in 2017 when somebody else was in president, and look at what those numbers were doing while Trump was in office. You notice that, Ra? Look what the numbers were doing while Trump was in office.
24, look. 692, 524, 299, 208, and then all of a sudden.
And then what happened in 21? Isn't that interesting? Homicide, manslaughter, 3, 3, 2, 3, and then look at 2021. 60, 62, and so fiscal year 23, year to date 24. And we're in October, so who knows if that number goes up or not. But we look at illegal drug possession was on its way down to records we had never had this low. And now look at what happens. Illegal entry. Look at that. Numbers were going down. What happened in 2021? Look at the year to date number of illegal entries, 7,272. Illegal weapons, numbers going up. sex offenses.
Yeah.
Look at
How
the
can
numbers going
y'all?
up.
How? There's no way. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way.
So you're not gonna. There is no making an argument. There is zero argument that you can make because we're looking directly at the numbers. We're looking directly at the report. This isn't Abdul or Raheem feeling some kind of way. We've covered the reports of illegal immigrants, the House of Horrors they had up there, 11. You know what I'm saying? All of these people. Y'all, this is why I couldn't. One of the major reasons I don't think people need to support the Democrat Party because they are for open borders, which are endangering American lives. Now, I'm gonna play devil's advocate, bro. Americans are doing a pretty good job of tearing up our own shit anyway. Like we don't need help from illegals.
Hey. That's that, but it's our shit to tear up. Remember, like
Fair.
you in your crib right now, right? And those listening, you are free to grab the device you're listening to this on, right? You're free to open a window and rip it out and toss the said device out of the window. You can go get a Sawzall. You are free to go to the Home Depot to get your EV, right? Drive to the Home Depot, buy a Milwaukee Sawzall, and go to town on all your property. They can cut your TV in half. You can chop the car. You can do whatever you want with that, and no one will stop you if it's your stuff.
Why?
Because you're at liberty to tear up your own shit. Right. So
we're not
now there's penalties. Hold on. There are penalties. No, clearly crime is not okay. But if the using the analogy that you presented, I'm saying we as Americans have the liberty to tear up our own stuff if we so choose. You also have the right to go directly to jail when you tear something up. So there's a cause and effect here. Right. So
here's the argument that I'm making. This is the argument that I'm making. We have enough problems dealing with crime in inner cities. We have enough problems dealing with crime in low-income communities to now compound that problem with illegals who are by and large being let go, who are some of these court dates for these people to be processed are a decade out, bro. Like 10 years out. So now they're under the radar. They're not paying taxes. They're not contributing to society. They're sending their money back to wherever they came from.
If you give them paperwork and you give them working papers, now they can pay taxes is the argument.
Okay, but why we can't find jobs? Well, if
I got
a simple.
I have a simple answer to all of this. Right, one, close the border, and then number two, if you came here illegally. Right. If you came here illegally, I'm going to need you, right, to go back and start over. I'm going to need you to go to the back of the line ahead of the people who have already been in line lawfully going through this process. I'm going to need you people who crossed this border and ran up over here to go to the back of the line. You can't cut the line. I'm going to need y'all asses to get behind the other people who have cases ahead of you and have been lawfully going through the process of immigrating to this country lawfully. They've been doing the right thing. They've been showing up to their court dates. They've been showing up to their hearings. They're properly sponsored, right? I understand that it's a big caseload for you lazy asses in some of these bureaucratic offices, right? I love our folks that work in municipal government, but sometimes you all know it's a problem going to the DMV. It is not a pleasant experience going to the DMV. You might have the one-off DMV that's so hyper-local that they know all the folks in the town in the whoopity-wop, right? But so what I'm saying is I understand it's a backlog. I understand y'all going to be waiting, but there are people who've been ahead, who've been sitting and waiting and doing the right thing, and this idea that Democrats are promoting that Republicans are anti-immigration is absolute nonsense. It's rubbish. But go ahead.
Real quick. We're not gonna watch this whole thing. I don't know if y'all saw this, right? But this is why my position is so hardline and why I'm cool with cutting it. Like, just stop taking in people for a year. Let's just stop for a year. Just stop everything. Unless you're like one of the people that are helping us or you've earned, like, stop right now. But listen to this. Tell me if you ever heard
world poverty. Is that true? Well, no, it's not. And let me show you why. This gumball represents
back
the
up.
1 million can.
Okay.
Some people say that mass immigration into the United States can help reduce world poverty. Is that true? Well, no, it's not. And let me show you why. This gumball represents the 1 million legal immigrants that the United States has taken every year on average since 1990. Now, who in the world deserves our humanitarian compassion? The World Bank has one measure of the desperately poor of the world. They make less than $2 a day. And how many people make less than $2 a day in the world? Well, let's start with Africa. In Africa alone, there are 650 million people who make less than $2 a day. 650 million. And in India, another 890 million people, desperately poor.
China, 800 and
China adds another 480 million people, making less than $2 a day. And unfortunately, the rest of Asia has a heartbreaking 810 million people who the World Bank says make less than $2 a day. And finally, there's 105 million of Latin America's population that are desperately poor. All told, the World Bank says there are 3 billion people in the world, 3 billion people who are desperately poor, making less than $2 a day. That's 3,000 gumballs. And every year, we take 1 million and suggest that we've somehow made a humanitarian difference.
Yo, what?
Of course, we don't pull our immigrants from these desperately poor populations, do we? These people are too poor, too sick, too disconnected to make it here as immigrants. We tend to pull our immigrants out of the better off poor of the world. And Mexico tends to define the type of immigrant that we bring here because the plurality of people come from Mexico. And Mexico is poor. How many people in the world live in countries that have average incomes lower than that of Mexico? And the World Bank tells us that that number is these 3 billion plus another 2.6 billion people. 5.6 billion people in the world who live in countries with average incomes below that of Mexico. That's 5,600 gumballs. And so what is it that the elites are telling us? They're telling us that when we take this 1 million immigrants, that we somehow or another are tackling world poverty. And we have to do it regardless of the effect.
Yo, son, you're done. You gotta get out of here with that. You gotta get out of here with that.
Yo, the idea that we're gonna take in a couple of people, and it somehow solve this immigration. We're helping the world. Yo, he goes on in that to say, yo, the best way to help these people is to help them where they are. If you really want to help your country, figure out how to do it where you are. Sure, come to the U.S., get educated, but then take your ass back to your country and improve
but it's too
your
nice
country.
here, bro. This is the thing. It's too nice here, right? It's too nice here. Let's look at the conditions, right? And this is something Democrats, the other main reason, especially our folks, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying? If you like nice stuff, you don't want to vote Democrat, bro. You don't want to vote. I really don't understand why y'all don't understand, right? Well, I do. It's rhetorical. But y'all need to understand that you cannot, if you like being able to go to the store and say, have a choice of which color Jordans and or other shoes you like to buy, if you like that, if you like the plethora, if you like to, I'm gonna hit you with something. Watch Ali's face when I say this. When I say this. If you would like to be the epitome of sartorial splendor, right? You would
I
like
bet
to
you
be.
don't know. I bet you don't remember the teacher that said that.
I bet you I said it. I'm the one who said it, right? So
what
if you'd like to
teacher
be
said
that,
now, sidebar. What teacher said that?
come on, Miss Young, bro. Come on, son. Miss
Younger,
no,
the science teacher.
No, you're wrong. That was not the science teacher. That was our English teacher, Miss Young. That was upstairs next door, really big lady.
No, that was Miss Younger. You're confusing.
No, Miss Younger is the science teacher that dripped water on the floor. You're totally off, bro. You're totally wrong.
But epitome of sartorial splendor. Love it. Keep going.
You can't do that if you're going to vote Democrat because they think you should all wear the same orange shirt. We're going to have equality with the Democrats, but it ain't the type of equality you're thinking it is. It's the type of equality where everybody has the same house, except for them, of course. Except for them.
Except for us, because, and yo, bro, I got to show y'all something. You can see this on our Instagram feed. And part of the problem here, hold on, let me see. How do I get it to not do that? Part of the problem here is that people are starting to snap out of this, especially when we talk, like the Democrats are coming to these different communities. And literally, part of the reason I can't stand it is because they come through and they do this like pander to people. You have the one guy talking regular, like that young guy from Tennessee. Hi, my name is Byron Smith, and I would like you to support me for my race to be the college professor, dean of the whatever. Then he becomes a black Democrat, a leftist, and now is, to the ancestors who get the whole thing switches up. So I say, and when you look at stories like this, when you look at situations like this lady and people across the country are doing
and
this.
That's what you're doing up in here today, pandering for votes to all of these students up in here. You're sitting on your hands, literally, and then you're going to be disrespectful and walk off the stage. But you want our vote. Sir, we've been voting for 60 years, and we haven't gotten a damn thing from you, Elgin, or Joe Biden, or Kamala Harris. We haven't gotten anything. Sir, what? No, because I'm mad as hell, sir. 16 years we've been voting. What have we got other than being at the bottom class? And this clown here is going to sit up here and give us this Baptist preacher antic show, and we might see, but I hope you're not buying into that bullshit. I really hope you're not buying into it. Because that is disgusting and disrespectful.
So he ran up in the meeting, bro. He ran up in the meeting talking to those young people and tried to pull the Baptist preacher preaching, the Lord said, and she's like, yo, I'm not having it. You're up here buffooning for these people. And the left, that's what they do. They pander. They're the pander specialist, as it were. The whole hot dog, what is that, hot sauce in my purse situation, the Hillary Clinton thing. So this idea, like I said, this whole idea on immigration, especially when this lady, if you watch the rest of that video, you go to our Instagram, you can see the rest of it. She's telling them like, yo, here y'all are begging for money, right? And they're telling you, you got to register a certain way. You got to support our organization for you to get money. But here comes somebody, an illegal, who comes into the country and they're getting $7,500 a month, free cell phone. Free this, free that.
I gotta tell you, this is the other reason you cannot vote Democrat in 2024. Look.
Let us also understand that every vice president understands that when they take the oath, that they must be very clear about the responsibility they may have to take over the job of being president. I'm no different.
I don't even understand what that lady be talking about.
Let us also understand that every vice
how do y'all support this? How do y'all support that nonsense?
I have no idea. I have no clue.
How do y'all support it? How?
So let me ask this question, because we at the 39-minute mark. We going a little longer because today's topic is why not to support
Here's another reason.
Democrat Party.
Here's another reason.
Not a single Democrat voted to fully fund the VA. Are you serious?
Come on. Like, there's so many reasons not to. Like, how do you do that with all the quote unquote black veterans, right? All the black veterans, the Latino veterans, how do you vote? Like, so this is how I know it's a weird space to be in. We're gonna wrap up right here, bro. It's a weird space to be in when you actually know congressmen and you know senators and you know these people, and you're engaged, right? Because then you go, all right. Once you tell me the Republican Party platform, right? No matter what language you got to break it down to me in, if you got to dumb it down and you say, well, we're for small, limited, effective government, we're for free markets, we're for school choice, we're pro-life, we're, pro 2A. When you lay out, hold on. When you lay this out, we're for self-accountability. We're for judging people by the content of their character, not the color of their skin or anything else, right? Just purely based on the content of their character. Once you lay out our side, right, it becomes almost an exercise in cognitive dissonance for the person who hears these sides of the argument and goes, but what about social equity? Yeah, what? What part didn't you just hear me say? Like, what didn't you get about liberty, about self-accountability? Hey, you want to be a transgender? I don't have a problem with that. Be a transgender. Don't try to make me pay for it. You want to go get an abortion? Don't make other people pay for your, for your abortion. That's not right. Like, I have a moral issue with that. My tax dollars going to that.
Check this out. Real quick. This is, and anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. Yo, Rod, do me a favor. Pull up a tab with the Democrat Party.
I already got it up.
Anybody can do this, and this doesn't take 10 hours to do. We believe in American exceptionalism. Well, let me ask a question. Do you think America is an exceptional country? Do you think the idea of government of the people, by the people, and for the people has been an exceptional idea? I do. We believe that the United States of America is unlike any other nation on earth. I would have to agree with that. We have more freedom than any other country in the world. We believe America is exceptional because of our historic role as a refuge and as a defender, and now as an exemplar of liberty for the world to see. I don't disagree with that. Now, you can make the argue this is what they're going to do. But America, how can you be exceptional because you were started? We all know the history of the country. We affirm that the Declaration of Independence, just like that, we're all created equal. It's in our platform that Republicans believe that we are all created equal and endowed by our Creator with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We believe in the Constitution as our founding document. It's not a flexible document, but an enduring agreement using the word covenant. We believe in our system of limited government, separation of powers, and federalism, and the rights of people must be preserved. Where is the disagreeableness of this? We believe political freedom and economic freedom are indivisible. What that means is if we don't have a free and fair election, if we don't have a free and independent judiciary, if we don't have an executive branch that works in concert with our legislative branch, we can't have freedom. And by means of that, a government that's playing too deep into the economic side. Political and economic freedom are separated. Both are in peril. I agree with that. We believe that people are the ultimate resource and that the people, not the government, are the best stewards of our country's God-given natural resources. What's wrong with that? I'm waiting to find something racist or something I disagree with. As Americans and as Republicans, we wish for peace, so we insist on strength. We make America safe. We seek friendship with all peoples and nations, and we recognize and are prepared to deal with evil in the world. Like Hamas is evil. They want death to everything. Based on these principles, this platform is an invitation and a roadmap. It invites every American to join us and show the path to a stronger, safer. This platform is optimistic because the American people are optimistic. It lays out in clear language the path of making America great and united again. This is the 2016 platform, bro. This is not something, right, where you have, it's not that hard. Do you believe that rebuilding the economy and creating jobs is a bad thing?
Do you see anything in there anti-LGBTQ?
I'm waiting. Republicans, and what I did as when I was a county chairman, you see that thing in the middle there? We kind of highlighted those things. Republicans consider the establishment of a pro-growth tax code a moral imperative. All right. A winning trade policy to assure that past abuses won't be repeated. We assert that to oppose retroactive taxation. We condemn attempts by judges at any level to seize the power of the purse from the people's elected representatives, like what we had here in North Carolina, where the courts tried to take power away from the legislature. We support free markets, responsible home ownership, and rental opportunities. And notice it primarily says home ownership. Because the Democrats are going to push for affordable housing. They want to build more damn apartment projects. Right? They want to build more projects. They want to exacerbate the problem. America, our country's investments in transportation. We envision government at all levels as a partner with individuals and industries in technological progress, not a meddlesome monitor. So that means if you want to develop a technology business, you want to develop anything, the government should not be an impediment to you. We shouldn't have unsensible regulation. This is another one right here, reducing the federal debt. And that's why you see Matt Gaetz and those people doing what they did as Republicans, because they're like, yo, fiscal responsibility is what matters. So, I mean, look, we could spend the next 35 minutes reviewing the platform, but I suggest people do that. Go pull up the Democrat Party platform, compare that to the Republican Party platform like we did, and you'll find out where you land on that. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been checking out an episode of Top of the Morning here on the Urban Conservative. We will be live and direct with you tomorrow morning for another episode of Top of the Morning. If you haven't done so,
weekly wrap up.
Weekly wrap up. Is it Thursday already?
Pew, pew, pew.
Whew. What happened? Okay. All right, y'all have a positive and productive rest of the day, and we will see y'all tomorrow morning.